Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. Masoud Pezeshkian, a reformist and a former health minister of Iran, won the 14th presidential election by beating his rival, hardliner Islamist ideologue Saeed Jalili. Masoud Pezeshkian got 16.3 million votes of the total 30 million votes in the runoff. During his campaign, Pezeshkian has promised to open up Iran to the world and negotiate a nuclear deal with the Western countries to remove sanctions and improve the economy. Jalili has campaigned on hardliners' view and advocated to deepen Iran's ties with Russia and China. Iran's 14th presidential election, which had initially been set for 2025, was rescheduled following the unexpected death of President Ibrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash on 19th May this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarked on a 3-day official visit to Russia and Austria on July 8th. In the first leg of his visit, Mr. Modi was in Moscow for the 22nd annual summit between India and Russia. The annual summit provided an opportunity for Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin to review the whole range of bilateral issues, including defense, trade linkages, investment ties, energy cooperation, education, culture, and people-to-people exchanges. They also shared perspectives on regional and global development of mutual interest. Both leaders assessed the status of bilateral engagements in groupings such as BRICS, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, G20, East Asia Summit, and the UN. Prime Minister also interacted with the Indian community in Russia. In the second leg of his two-nation tour, Prime Minister visited Austria from the 9th to 10th July at the invitation of Chancellor of Austria. This was the Prime Minister's first visit to Austria. He held restricted delegation-level talks with Chancellor of Austria as well as high-level business engagement. Austria is an important Central European country and offers excellent opportunities for bilateral cooperation in infrastructure, renewable energy, high technology areas, startup sectors, media, and entertainment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was honored with Russia's most prestigious civilian honor, the Order of St. Andrews the Apostle. President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, presented it to Mr. Modi this week. The award recognizes Prime Minister Modi's distinguished contribution to developing a privileged strategic partnership between Russia and India and fostering friendly ties between the two countries. The award was established in 1698 by Tsar Peter the Great in honor of St. Andrews, the first apostle and patron saint of Russia. Government bans Gurpatan Singh Panu's Sikh for Justice for another 5 years. The Ministry of Home Affairs on Tuesday extended the ban on Gurpatan Singh Panu's Sikh for Justice (SFJ) for a period of 5 years. The centre declared it as an unlawful association. It has been found to be involved in anti-national and subversive activities in Punjab with the intention to disrupt the sovereignty and territorial integrity of India. Government launches chaku platform to report fraud calls and texts. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, has launched the chaku app to combat fraudulent calls and SMS. This initiative allows users to report suspicious communications which are then investigated and acted upon by TRAI. The app aims to safeguard the public from scams related to banking, digital payments, and more by swiftly neutralizing potential threats. The 12th meeting of India-UAE Joint Defence Cooperation Committee (JDCC) concluded in Tuesday last week at Abu Dhabi, marking a significant step in bolstering defence relations between the two nations. The meeting focused on various aspects of collaboration, including training cooperation, joint military exercises, defence industrial partnership, and research and development initiatives. On the sidelines of the JDCC, separate staff talks were being held between the knives of army of both countries, delving into the service-specific cooperation. These discussions aim to enhance operational synergies between the armed forces of India and the UAE. The JDCC, established in 2006, serves as a crucial platform for advancing India-UAE defense relationships. The Supreme Court this week said that a Muslim woman is entitled to maintenance from her husband under Section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedures. The bench, comprising Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Augustine George Mashi, dismissed a petition in the case in which the man filed a plea against directions to pay interim maintenance to his divorced wife under Section 125 CRPC. The bench also ruled that if, during the pendency of the application, the woman gets divorced, then she can take recourse to the Protection of Rights on Marriage Act of 2019. The bench said that the Muslim Women Protection of Rights and Divorce Act of 1986 would not prevail over the secular law. The bench stated that the remedy under the 2019 Act is in addition to the remedy under Section 125 CRPC. The top court clarified that the law for seeking maintenance would be valid for all women and not just for married women. What is Project 2025, which Harris claims could make US a dictatorship? Project 2025 is a Republican policy guide laying out an overall of the federal government when the next Republican president is elected. The project contains plans such as limiting contraception access, nationwide abortion ban, and elimination of Department of Education. US Vice President Kamala Harris claimed ex-US President Donald Trump could turn US into a dictatorship using this project named Project 2025. India and Russia discuss Northern Sea Route development. India and Russia are exploring the use of Northern Sea Route (NSR) and the Eastern Maritime Corridor (EMC) to enhance connectivity and trade between the two countries. The two sides have agreed to form a joint maritime commission to facilitate discussion on developing the NSR, which has seen increased shipping activities due to melting of Arctic ice. An Indian Air Force contingent landed at Royal Australian Air Force Base Darwin, Australia, to participate in the biannual multinational exercise Pitch Black. The exercise, which focuses on nighttime flying, will take place from 12th July to 2nd of August. The largest edition in its 43 years of history, the exercise will include participation from 20 countries, over 140 aircrafts, and over 4,400 military personnel of various air forces. The IAF contingent comprises over 150 skilled air warriors, including pilots, engineers, technicians, and experts, who will be operating Sukhoi 30 MKI multi-role fighter along with C-17 Glowmaster and IL-78 air-to-air refueling aircraft in combat-enabling roles. The exercise will be focusing on large force employment warfare aimed at strengthening international cooperation and will facilitate experience enhancement with the IAF Sukhoi 30 operating alongside F-35, F-22, F-18, F-15, Griffin, and Typhoon fighter aircrafts. The IAF previously took part in the 2018 and 2022 edition of this exercise. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda on Friday, that is 12th of July 2024, lost top executive post after failing to secure a vote of confidence in the parliament. Prachanda lost trust vote as the largest party in his government. The Communist Party of Nepal, that is Unified Marxist-Leninist, withdrew support. As per Article 100(2) of the Constitution of Nepal, Prime Minister Prachanda tabled a motion in the HOR on Friday. This was the fifth time when Pushpa Kumar Dahal Prachanda, the Prime Minister, faced a floor test. CPN Maoist Center chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal became Prime Minister for the third time on December 20. Now, the two largest parties of Nepali Congress, CPN UML, will collaborate to form a new government in Nepal. The Government of India has decided to observe the 25th of June every year as Samvidhan Hatya Divas. On this day in 1975, former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi imposed an emergency in the country. In a social media post, Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Friday said that the decision was intended to honor the spirit of millions who struggled to revive democracy despite facing inexplicable persecution at the hands of an oppressive government. He added that the observance of Samvidhan Hatya Divas will keep the flame of individual freedom and the defense of the country's democracy alive in every Indian. Mr. Modi said that this day is also a day to pay homage to each and every person who suffers due to the excesses of the emergency. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Friday held talks with Thailand's Foreign Minister Mary Sangiomsa in Delhi, which covered political, defense and security, trade and investment, physical and financial connectivity, tourism, and people to people domains. In a social media post, Dr. Jaishankar said that the maritime neighbor, both countries have civilizational bonds and shared interests. He said that they also exchange views on regional matters, India, ASEAN, Indo-Pacific, and cooperation in United Nations. India and Qatar have committed to resolve all obstacles hindering bilateral trade. In a joint working group JWG meeting, an Indian delegation from the Department of Commerce and other ministries and organizations met their Qatari counterparts in Doha on 10th of this month. In the meeting, both sides reviewed progress on ongoing discussions regarding memorandum of understandings on food safety and cooperation in exchanging pre-arrival information to facilitate trade and customs control on the goods. Both sides identify several sectors including gems and jewelry trade in local currency, pharmaceuticals, food processing, cooperation in MSME to further strengthen their bilateral relations. India is the second largest trading partner of Qatar. The trade between India and Qatar stood at over 14 billion US dollars in the year 2023-24. India and Qatar have agreed to hold the next meeting of the JWG in 2025 in New Delhi. Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO has awarded 7 new projects to industries under the Technology Development Fund scheme for various requirements of the armed forces and aerospace and defense sectors. Defense Ministry said these project sanctions are a testimony to the continuing endeavor of DRDO in nurturing industries, especially MSMEs and startups, in defense and aerospace domains. The sanctioned projects include development of ice detection sensors for aircraft, underwater launched unmanned aerial vehicles, and long-range remotely operated vehicles for detection and neutralization. The ministry said the indigenous development of these technologies will strengthen the military-industrial ecosystem.
Well, that's all friends for this week's updates. See you soon next Sunday on the same channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye.